What's up, guys? Today I am back with you with another video, and today we are talking about ISO. I have had a lot of requests to start talking about camera basics, and today I'm starting a series to do that. But before we get started, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and leave me a comment below. So there are three things that really dictate the exposure of your photographs. One of those is your ISO, one of those is your aperture, and the other is your shutter speed. So at one time, ISO was referred to as ASA, and that was during film photography days. So your ISO was determined based off of the film speed you were using. So for instance, I have some Portra 400 right here, and what that means is your ISO was 400 or your ASA was 400. ISO was referred to your film sensitivity to light, and now since we mostly shoot digital, or sometimes we shoot film, but in the digital world it's referred to as your sensor sensitivity to light. So how does your ISO affect your exposure within your image? So if we start from the lowest option, which on most digital cameras is around 100 here, and we go up to the highest, which for our purposes I'm just going to stop at 6400, and it's here. You think of those numbers in terms to how they react to light or how sensitive they are to light. So 100 is not going to be very sensitive to light. It's going to be extremely insensitive to light. And then up to 6400 is going to be very sensitive to light. So if you think of it in that way, you're thinking, which option would be better for a low light situation? It's actually 6400. That's simple. I'm just going to bump up my ISO as high as possible, and then I can shoot in any kind of situation. So bright and sunny, 100, low light, dark, 6400. But now comes the sticky part of this situation, and that is the higher your ISO, the more grain that you're going to see in your images. Now, some people choose to use grain as kind of like a stylistic choice, but this is still a skill that you need to utilize and know what you're doing, or else it's not going to look intentional. One of the benefits of choosing to use grain stylistically is that you can add more grit to your photo, give it more edge, and give it more of an artistic feel. However, a lot of the benefits to shooting with a high ISO have to do with the ability to shoot with a higher shutter speed. This is something we use a lot in sports photography because it allows us to freeze motion, and it also allows you to handhold with higher shutter speeds by bumping up the ISO. Alright, so now that you've learned some of the technical aspects about ISO, the best thing that you can do is get out in the field and practice. So right now is a perfect opportunity to utilize shooting in dark light in your homes, cranking up the ISO and seeing what the difference is between maybe shooting near a window or in your backyard. Next week, we're going to talk about aperture and how that relates to exposure as well. Alright, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave me a comment below, hit the subscribe button, and give this video a thumbs up. And we'll see you next week when we talk about aperture.